Last time on MasterChef Australia.
Barilla live and breathe pasta, so they know what they're talking about.
Two teams cooked a pasta lunch for more than 600 pasta experts.
Molto buono.
And while the red team's dishes impressed the most, it was a pasta disaster for the green team.
It means the whole team now is going to face elimination. And Alice, you have a lot of thinking to do.
Tonight,
when you step through those gates, it is an opportunity for you to grab salvation.
the green team must cook for an entire village to keep their MasterChef dream alive.
I'd pray that they love my food because I don't want to go home.
But will Alice choose to play her immunity or risk it all?
You won your immunity pin right here in Italy. Now you've got an opportunity to use it. Alice, are you using your pin?
Burning up in my heart like a flame, like a brighter shooting star in our souls. We all know our dreams make us who we are. We got today, so spin me round and show me the way back to burning up in my heart like a flame, like a brighter shooting star in our souls. We all know our dreams make us who we are.
Waking up this morning is a strange sort of feeling, I guess. Yesterday we lost the Barilla Challenge, which is why we're in elimination today. Just worried about what it's going to be, I guess.
It's going to be something big, I reckon.
It'll be massive. I hate wearing black.
They're the worst Asians.
I'm not ready to go home yet. I probably didn't come into the competition the strongest cook.
That's not good.
Yeah.
It's cardboardy, not good.
But I think I've learnt a lot over my time, and I think I'm up there with probably someone who's learnt the most.
I do not want to go home today. I feel like there's still so much to do, and I've only just started to kick into gear. Having that pin on my apron has really put me in a different headspace. Perhaps the other contestants are looking at me a little bit differently now. And I think I'm looking at myself differently now.
There's no way that I'm going back to my old life. If you've got a passion and a dream, you have to follow it, and that's what I'm here to do.
If I can last the distance and, you know, hold on, it's my food dream come true.
I'm not going home, I'm not going anywhere. I'm taking that prize money and opening my shop.
Good luck. All right.
Good luck. Oh, thanks, darling. Hope I'm seeing you tonight. You will.
All
Good luck.
Let's get through this.
Yeah, we'll be right.
I don't think so. That looks pretty big.
Welcome to Montecatello. This is a spectacular medieval village. And what makes it brilliant is what we're looking at. Just look behind you. Look at that vista. One of the best views in Tuscany.
It looks fake,
Absolutely spectacular. And we've seen some good things here in Italy. Montecatello is over 1,000 years old. And it's been besieged by all and sundry over that 1,000 years, right up to the Second World War. So these are a brave and hardened bunch. Ben, Alice, Andy, Deb and Julia, yesterday in the Barilla Pasta Challenge, you were the losing team. And that's why you're standing here facing the Elimination Challenge. when you step through those gates, it is an opportunity for you to grab salvation, to save yourself in this competition and really make it count.
Alice,
George.
you won your immunity pin right here in Italy. Now you've got an opportunity to use it, to step out of this elimination and save yourself. What would you do, Gary?
I'd use the pin. Without a doubt. Not taking any chances.
You never know what can happen.
Yeah.
It could be your challenge to lose.
Right, Alice, so you're using your pin?
If I go back to the MasterChef kitchen without facing my fear of maybe going home, then what about next week? What about the next time that I have to go up against these guys? It's going to be harder and harder and harder, and this is my reminder that I conquered.
Interesting.
And as much as I'm scared of whatever's coming next, I can face it.
That means you are going in to this elimination challenge.
Yep.
Or throwing yourself on the sword. Dying for a cause.
She's got balls, boys.
Chutzpah. We call it chutzpah.
All right, confirmed, done. Today's challenge is to prepare a 5-course feast for 50 people from this village.
Wow.
In a village, the people are so connected to each other, and everyone is an expert when it comes to food. I make better baccalà than Gary, Gary makes better baccalà than Joanne, and the list goes on. The food that you're going to cook them is typical to this region. You're going to be responsible for 1 course each. Course 1, antipasti. Course 2, Pici, and that is handmade pasta. Course 3, bacala, which is salted fish. Course 4, spit roast pig. I'm not saying just one little pig, a couple. You need to feed 50 people. And course 5, dessert, and that's up to you.
So the question is, who cooks what? Let's have a little talk and a little walk at the same time. Follow me.
Let's go,
Come on.
guys.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
Guys, this is Bruna and Erina, 2 beautiful ladies from this wonderful little village, and they're making pici.
They make pici for a lot of the restaurants here in the village.
Pick it up, take it. 1 long, continuous, soft pasta, and it's quite a meaty kind of, like really quite dense, you know, noodle or pasta. So you got any idea why we brought you to have a look at Bruna and Erina make this wonderful pasta?
I'm guessing we're gonna have a crack at this.
I'm guessing you might be right.
Right, guys, this is a mini challenge, and it's a race. You have to make 100 grams of perfect pici. The person that finishes it first gets to pick whatever dish they want to cook. The person that comes last gets what's left.
Who's ready for the race?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
That's it.
I'd love to win this challenge because there's a few things on the menu that I would really struggle with. So to have the choice would be great.
Are you ready to make your 100 grams of pici?
Yep.
Go.
To make pici pasta, you cut a small slice of pre-rolled dough, and then you basically just hand roll it out like a noodle.
It's not soft and flaky, it's elastic. It needs to be stretched and teased out into long strands.
Well done, boys. Can I say the boys' pici looks really good, nice and thin.
It feels quite natural. I must have peachy hands or something.
It's rolling out quite easily, and then I come to joining it.
How'd you join it, Benny?
Push on it, gentle.
Just keeps coming straight apart. Yep.
Right, Ben's ready. He's coming over.
When Ben yells out that he's finished, I start to panic.
Oh, Jesus. It's just not sticking.
I want dessert. I cannot be last.
All right, Ben.
Bene,
Che cosa pesi?
bene,
Bene?
bene.
All right. It needs to hit that red mark.
Rightio.
That will indicate there's 100 grams in there. You ready?
Yep.
100 grams. Well done, Ben.
Thank you.
Head over there, have a look at the menu, and think about what you want to pick.
Yep.
I'm going to choose the Pici. I know how to do it now, and it's something that I know they already enjoy.
If those nonnas don't think that we've done a good enough job, we have to start again. I'm just thinking quantity, quality, make it right.
No matter what I try, one piece won't join to the next.
I am the most frustrated person in MasterChef at the moment.
Yep.
Right, Alice, come on down. Right, you're the second one up.
I'm hoping, big puppy dog eyes. Please let me through, please let me through.
Sì, passami.
Pass?
Sì.
Oh.
Passalo, passalo,
Grazie mille, grazie.
passalo, passalo.
100 grams. You've just got over 100 grams. Well done.
Grazie.
That
Well
means
done,
you're
Alice.
number 2, yeah?
All of the dishes appeal to me, but I had the Jamie Oliver Antipasti challenge.
Great work and more good cooking. Well done.
Thank you. And I choose the antipasti.
Ready?
Deb calls out that she's finished, and I'm thinking, no, she's going to pick dessert.
I was vegetarian for about 21 years. I really don't want the suckling pig.
Vanno bene? I Pici? No. Too thick? They're not happy.
Bummer.
Sorry, Deborah. It's a no-go.
It's too thick.
Oh!
Got to make it again.
Andy, you're still in with a chance.
I don't know how, but I'm still in a world of hurt. I don't look anywhere near getting mine done.
At this stage, Julia's put up her hand, so there's just Andy and I left, and I've got to make it again. I really don't want the suckling pig.
By a whisker.
Yes!
You are the third person that gets to pick a dish.
I picked dessert, and it's fantastic. I've got good skills in this area. I'm going to be confident with what I cook. I have no excuses with dessert.
Come on, Deb, let's go.
It's down to the spit roast pig and the bacala. I'm not in this competition to spit roast a pig.
I need 10 grams, mate.
She's looking peachy, George. Maybe that angry Deb gets good results.
Yep.
Right, Andy. Okay?
That's good.
Fino,
That's great.
grosso,
It's awesome. Buono.
e buono.
È buono.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Can't do this.
I'm a human scales and it's 100 grams.
Yes! Thank you.
You get the fourth choice, Andy.
I'm going to go with the bacala. Bacala's definitely new to me. I've never cooked with salt cod before, but if I pull this off, it's definitely a step forward for me.
I really didn't want the suckling pig. I know that to do this is going to be a massive challenge and very confronting for me.
Yesterday, the red team won the Barilla Pasta Challenge. So today, I'm taking my team and we're going to the Parmigiano Reggiano factory to see how cheese is made.
Wow, look at this. This is your vat? Well, you will be making cheese? Let's start. You're welcome. Are you ready, guys? Yeah, let's bring it on. Here it comes. Oh! waterfall. It must contain nothing but raw milk, rennet and salt.
You're making cheese, dude.
It's a really amazing experience seeing how this cheese is made because it's eaten all over the world.
Okay, so this is the maturing facility.
Oh my goodness. This is like the Great Wall of Cheese. Oh my God.
It's salty, but it's got a creaminess to it, and it just crumbles and dissolves in your mouth. It's absolutely divine.
That's so good, isn't it?
Buonissimo. A much better place to be than with the green team in an elimination challenge.
What a great little challenge. Got two things out of that. Firstly, you'll learn how to make Pici fast. But the second thing is we found out who's cooking what for the village feast.
Now it's time to cook. You're gonna have 4 hours starting from now before every person arrives from around the village. 50 people, you got a lot of cooking to do. Those 50 people will judge on their favourite dish. The maker of that dish will be safe. From there, the remaining 4, Gary and I will judge on the least impressive dish. That person will not be returning to the MasterChef kitchen. Ready to cook?
Yes.
Let's go!
Everyone's immediately in the zone. We all want to do well to avoid elimination.
Fennel, hello chocolate.
The whole village is coming for lunch. We can't disappoint them.
This is like foraging. 4 hours is not a lot of time when you're cooking for 50 people. It's actually going to be a real stretch today.
Hey, Alice, how you going?
Hi, George.
You still feeling as confident not to use the pen?
Yes, definitely.
Antipasti, what's going to be on it?
I'm thinking I'll start with a caponata alla giudia, which is like an eggplant and tomato stew, basically.
Yeah, brilliant.
Crostini alla Toscana, so lots of sort of toasted bits of bread with
Yeah.
maybe chicken liver pate.
And that seems pretty light on.
So they're kind of the dishes that need a lot of prep, and then once I'm finished with those dishes,
Yeah.
that's when I'm going to sort of start to think about char grilling and stuff.
Can I also say one thing? Because you're first up, the Antipasti, these 50 locals, without sounding rude, but it's quite insulting if you put up a board with a couple of little things on there.
Yeah. You know, little stuffed zucchini, stuffed tomatoes, you've got buffalo mozzarella.
They want to see a board full of food.
stuff.
If Jamie liked my antipasti platter, then hopefully the Italians do too. The person who cooks the weakest dish will not be me.
I've got 4 hours to prep my Pici for 50 people, so I've got to get cracking.
You getting your ragu on first?
Yeah. I need to saute carrot, onions, celery, garlic. Once the sauce is on and ticking away, I can get to rolling out my Pici.
Rosemary and thyme in there at the moment, so the hard herbs go in as part of the cooking process, and then the soft herbs will go in at the end.
The sauce is coming together really nicely, and I like the flavour and the base of the flavour. I think the pain is going to come when I start rolling out that Pici.
So the dish that I have today is the Suckling spit roast pig. I was a vegetarian for about 21 years. 8 months ago, I started to eat pork. It has to be spiked and cooked in a traditional way, which I'm kind of happy about, but I'm nervous about how I'm going to manage that. The hardest part about getting the suckling pig is impaling it with a stake. I just feel like I'm going to pass out. I had no misconceptions that this was going to be easy. This is the most confronting thing I've ever done.
Today, we have to cook a 5-course Tuscan feast for 50 of Montecatello's townspeople.
The hardest part about getting the suckling pig is impaling it with a stake. Something that I've never done before.
You've secured these pigs on the stakes, fantastic stuff. You've got to turn them by hand.
Yeah.
So you need some help, let's be honest, otherwise it's just not going to work.
So Tinge and his friend Federico will do most of that.
What are you doing with this marinade?
And that's just salt, pepper, olive oil, and lots of lemon zest.
And where's that going?
It's just going to go over the skin.
Is that a good idea?
I learned how to roast over an open fire from my dad, and he taught us never to put oil on the outside because it cracks the skin. What I got taught was a handful of water, just rub it, and then salt, so that salt sticks to the skin.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Okay.
Leave you with that thought. Don't spend too much time on this because you've got other stuff to do.
I do. I normally listen to George, but
I'm just going to rub the pig with the lemon and the oil and salt and pepper.
I don't know, it just feels like touching the pig and rubbing the pig, I kind of connect to the pig.
The seasoning can add flavour to the pig, but for me, really, it's about
making the contact with the pig as well.
Even though you told her my advice, my dad taught me, she just went ahead and just, you know what? She said, George, what does he know? I'll just do it my way and see what happens.
I have to keep focusing on myself and trust myself because that's what I want to do.
Today I'm going to make a salt cod and potato fritter with a nice, rich, chunky tomato sauce underneath.
To cook the salt cod, I chop it up into large chunks and bring some milk with some thyme, garlic to the boil.
Hey, Benny, do you reckon about 35 grams would be enough for each croquette? About there.
Is that 35 grams?
Yeah.
And you're going to put, what, 35 grams of potato with it as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop the salt cod in, take it off the heat, and just leave it to sit, and that'll cook it.
Cook with a lot of seafood, but never salt cod. So the whole reason in this competition is to learn more things. And today, if I pull this off, it's going to be another notch on my belt.
I'm glad I don't have Deborah's dish because I've never spit roasted a pig before, and I'm glad I don't have Andy's dish because salt cod, I've never eaten it and I've never worked with it.
That needs to be cooked a bit more.
I don't know what it is about desserts, but it's just always been what I've absolutely loved doing. It's what I've done when I'm stressed or sad or happy. Honestly, it sounds trite, but it just makes me happy to make them. Today I'm making a tart with fresh strawberry jam. The strawberries cook on the stovetop for about 40 minutes, and once they're done, I leave them to rest. Strawberry. The tart I'm making today is quite different to a traditional tart with jam. I'm making it to be like the pastry I've had around here. It's soft, it's crumbly, it's not firm. Look, I've seen some of the inhabitants of this village and, you know, they're friendly, they're lovely, but they're Italian and they're going to know their food. You know, that's slightly terrifying. I don't think they're going to be kind to us. I think they're going to say exactly what's on their mind. And if they don't like my tart, I'm toast.
So I'm happy with where the sauce is. That can just tick away now, and I need to get started on the Pici. This is going to be the most time-consuming part of the day, and I need to make about 5 kilos.
I'm not going home today, don't worry about that. But I just feel bad for the person that's got to lose.
It smells wonderful. We've got strawberry jam, we've got fennel, we've got apples, potatoes, we've got Pici, and of course, our little suckling pigs roasting away. But guys, 2 hours to go.
How you going, Pici fingers?
I'm going to be here a while, I reckon.
The caponata is going really well, which is a traditional eggplant stew, but it's still going to take a while to develop its flavour. I'm about to start working on my chicken livers, searing them basically for about 2 minutes. And then I'll be whizzing them up with some caramelised onion. That's like a pâté of chicken liver, which is something very close to my heart. There's going to be the cannellini bean dip, which is traditionally Tuscan ingredient. I have absolutely no second thoughts about not using the pin, because if I can get through this, then I can get through anything.
Do you reckon you'll get it done?
I've had enough for 5 people so far. You are going to come help me at some point, aren't you?
When I get done, mate, I'll be the first one there.
That jam smells good, Julia.
All I can smell is garlic.
The pork looks really good and it just smells delicious. It looks delicious. It's browning up. It looks beautiful. So guys, I'm going to go back inside, look after my vegetables. Okay?
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao. The second part of the challenge is that I need to do some accompaniments and some sides to go with the pork. I'm making braised fennel with some fresh herbs like rosemary, thyme, anchovies and a Parmesan bread crust.
So your 4th dish in, is that right? We've got antipasta, bacala, Pici, and then piggy. So it should be all good. I reckon you're in a good place, but haven't broken a pig down?
I'm not familiar with the process, but I feel that I've probably got time.
Don't underestimate how long that will take.
Somehow I tied a knot in my Pici.
So here we are, this wonderful little village, and it's our last step in our Italian journey, and the final challenge is all about feeding this whole village, 50 people.
Very excited. They've got 5 courses to cook. Each of them got a course each, and kicking off with antipasti.
Yeah, and Alice.
And Alice.
Yeah, you know what? Not enough ideas for me.
Oh, yum. Yum, yum, yum.
And a lot of pressure on her. I mean, she could have sidestepped this challenge using her pin, but she hasn't.
Well, you would have done it. You would have sidestepped it. I would have sidestepped it.
If I can't face a team elimination, how am I supposed to try and win the competition later?
Next course is the Pici, and that's very local to this town.
It's a lot of dough he's got to get through. And to be honest, I think he's a bit slow off the mark.
I've got about 2.25 kilos to go, so not sure if I'm going to make it to that deadline.
Deb, she's doing the pig.
Biggest problem's going to be getting those suckling pigs off the skewer and portioning them up correctly, because it has to look beautiful.
I have no idea how long it's going to take me to slice up the pork. I have to go and check with the guys to see if the pig is cooked.
Andy, of course, is doing the bacala, which is the salted cod. He's chosen to do a croquette. What do you think of that?
I love it. As long as those croquettes are they're soft and they're full of flavour inside, crispy on the outside.
He's up for a challenge, isn't he?
He sure is.
There's one done. Oh, yeah.
But now I've just got to try and get 50 of them out.
Let's hope you're not running out of energy, because you've got half hour to go. 50 people ready to descend on the square and eat your food.
Who's got a juicer?
Oh, you're welcome to check. I haven't used it.
I should have one. And you're using your oven?
No.
Can you tell me what temp your oven's at?
168.
Okay, thanks.
I'm the first cab off the ranks. I don't have any extra time like the others do. Once the eggplant's browned off, into the stew, another 5-10 minutes, and you've got your caponata. To make chicken liver pate, add capers and anchovies, because that's traditionally Tuscan, and then whiz it up in a food processor. I've really got to slice the cold cuts as well, the prosciutto. I've got to get some cheese out on the board. So there's a lot to do, but I feel like they're the little jobs, and I've left them to the right place.
Guys, can you hear that? It's the sound of trampling feet as people step out into the square, ready for your feast.
I need to get my food out.
I've decided to make an extra salad for my dish. I don't think there's enough colour in it.
And then I'm about 4 minutes away from carving the pig.
The key point to the tart is the lattice work that goes over the top. So there'll be beautiful strips of pastry in a crisscross pattern.
So, these are your little tart bases, and it's got slight aeration on it. What are you going to do? Fill it with jam?
I am.
And then what are you going to do to it then?
The lattice over the top.
Lattice of what?
Pastry.
And do you have to bake it again?
Yes,
So
for 10 minutes.
Will it not get really dark?
I've baked it too dark.
So if you then put a lattice over and put it back in the oven, that'll be burnt.
I can't serve blackened pastry to our beautiful Italian audience. This means I have to rethink my dessert.
Anybody checked out the area? Looked at the tables? No? Time to panic. 10 minutes to go.
I'm sure I'll have Pici to serve, but I'm not entirely sure whether I'll have a 100-gram portion per person, and that's going to have to do.
Is that
That's,
too thick?
oh, yeah, it's disrespectful, you know? They will freak. There's the rind, eh?
Yeah.
You can't eat that.
No.
You've got to cut that off.
Oh. I'm just gonna pull the rinds off each one individually. It's a task, but it's easier than using that deli slicer.
Today is turning into the worst day in the kitchen for me.
This is the bit we love best, the pressure of service. You got 2 minutes to go.
I'm looking down at my plating and I'm thinking, it's just hideous.
Alice, wondering whether you should have used your pin? Too late now, 1 minute to go.
These are the finishing touches on the cheese and meat.
Come on, Alice! You can do it!
Probably wouldn't have picked antipasto if I could go again. I probably would have picked the pig.
Right, you five, that's it. We're going to join the feast. We can't wait to taste your food.
See you later.
I've got fingers and toes crossed that I'm not going home today, but I'm also preparing myself for the worst.
Buonasera. Course primi, antipasti, salad caponata, cannellini, fagioli, sì, fagioli, crostini toscana with chicken liver, sì, formaggi o prosciutto. Grazie.
Salute!
I'll be back. I'm back. More food. Caponata, sì, sì. I'll be back.
Here we are, Montecatello, and as much as it's a tough day because one person's going to get eliminated, it's a celebration.
It's a feast, isn't it? It's a family feast. Look at this, the whole village sitting down basically at one massive table, enjoying the antipasti, which is Alice's course.
Mangiare. Ciao, arrivederci.
My antipasti's out. Now all I can do is wait.
In the antipasti, something was very good and something so-so. Crostini was not so good, but caponata was very, very good.
The caponata was very nice. I liked it because it seemed like cooked by my mother.
First of all, everybody seems to be really enjoying it. I'm listening, I'm hearing va bene, caponata, va bene, but I'm going to be critical. A lot of this was pulled together at the last minute, including the cheese. You know, just sliced cheese, put it on a plate, stick honey on it. You know, I don't know if it's really enough, George.
The only bit of cooking was the caponata.
Yeah.
The puree of beans she took out of a can.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. You know, the prosciutto was given to her, the bocconcini was given to her, cheese was given to her.
From my MasterChef perspective, she should have done more.
Alice's dish has gone out and mine's the fourth dish. I know that I have to carve up the pig and that's going to take about 45 minutes. Pork looks perfectly cooked.
Skin's crispy.
But it's the most unfamiliar situation I could possibly be in.
I have to rethink my dessert, and it's a little bit alarming. With my new tart, I'm going to put some sweetened and whipped ricotta on the top. It's going to have the jam, it's got the tart base, so hopefully the locals will still love it. Otherwise, I could be going home.
I've made as much Pici as I can make at this point. I'm about 500 grams short, but now it's about prepping for service, so...
Andy and I have set up a production line, and it's a matter of blanching the Pici. They only take 2 minutes each, getting them out, getting them in some olive oil, tossing them in the ragu, and then putting them on the service plates. I'm really proud of what I've been able to achieve today, and hopefully they like it as much as they probably like the Pici from the restaurants in the village.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, Pici for the table. Ben, Pici.
Ben's Pici. This is a test.
Everybody on the table is waiting to see, is it good or is it bad?
Yeah.
You know? And I think it's a tough call for him to pick it, make it, and serve it to a town that eat it every day.
For me, I find it a little bit on the al dente side, where they're saying, well, it's not spaghetti, this is Pici, and it should be heavy and meaty and a bit chewy.
And I think the sauce for me, for my taste, is absolutely it's spot on. I like it.
I'm pretty proud of the dish, but I don't know if it's up to their standards. So it'd be good to get some feedback from them.
How was it?
The Pici are too larger for the traditional Tuscan Pici. Most spicy, no Italian taste.
So what normally goes? What normally goes in?
There's a lot of opinions along this table, and I'm starting to get worried.
It's so large and so much spicy. I don't like it.
I've done absolutely everything that I could do today to make sure that I'm not that person going home. The croquettes are crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside, they've got great flavour. I pray that they love my food because I don't want to go home.
Two courses down, the bacala is about to come to the table. And a bit of bacala. Oh! Is this good? Is it bad? I think they look fantastic, don't you?
Gary, this is the course I'm most excited about at the moment.
The taste of the bacala is good. It's good. It's very good, and I think the lemon inside is good.
The mix was too much potatoes.
Too much potato? Yeah?
You know what? I'm going to say this on the quiet, but I don't really care what anyone says, because I love this.
It's great.
Crispy, crunchy on the outside.
Lots of flavour. I like this dish too. So we'll see.
Am I winning from the first two? Damn!
I'm just finishing the front part of the first pig. Because I'm so slow at carving up the pork, I'm feeling really pressured, like I'm not going to get it done.
Deb's in trouble, huh? She's in big trouble. I think, you know what's happened? She took a long time to get all of that pig, as you saw, off the bone. It's just got cold, and she's not thought about how to keep it warm. You know,
Oh, Gary,
would have been excellent.
they're not eating, they're singing.
Yeah, good on them.
Hey, settle down, settle down.
What do you need?
Deb's having some problems with the pig. She runs into the kitchen and she's in tears.
What do you want to take care of? What do you want us to take care of?
There's the asparagus and there's the apple.
Right, you get fennel.
And
I'll
I
get
steam them in
asparagus.
line so I can plate them up.
Even though it's an elimination, we're still a team and we still help each other out.
So how do you want to play it?
Okay, so I've got the... I'm thinking they're probably starving, being waiting for the pig. I think that they're definitely going to be harsh critics.
Looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. Good on her for getting the food up. You know, everybody forgets when they start eating that they've been waiting for a little while. And it's a nice idea. The roasted fennel, very typical Deb flavours. You know, a middle name should be fennel.
Everyone...
I'm not hearing too much...
That's right, the volume's dropped down a little bit in here and everyone's eating.
The pork in itself, it was a bit poor in taste.
The biggest problem I've got, it is just a little bit cold. You know, because it's taken her so long to plate it up, which is a shame. She should have kept it simpler. Pig, fennel.
Maybe some sort of dressing just to tie the two together.
There's so much going on this plate. She could have done less, and it could have been just as good. So last course, dolce, dessert, sweet. I've got high expectations. I've got my fingers crossed that everyone is going to like it. But the plan changed, didn't it? Julia struggled at the beginning, overcooked the pastry, had the intention of filling those little tart moulds with jam, putting a lattice on and back in the oven. And it all just didn't work because she burned the pastry.
Being in this position is one that I'd never wanted to be in. With my new tart, I put some sweetened and whipped ricotta on the top of fresh strawberry jam. I'm actually a bit apprehensive. I don't know if they're going to like my dessert.
Buongiorno. Today I have made a tarta with framboise jam and ricotta crema.
What we've got is jam on the bottom, a little ricotta cream, and pastry.
Yeah.
Now,
Dark.
it's dark.
Yeah. But is it too dark? It's a big mistake for her. You know, she's supposed to be, you know, the pastry queen. Maybe they've got a sweet tooth. Maybe they'll love it. Who knows? Should we try?
Let's try.
I like it.
The dessert is good, but I don't like the panna. Panna I don't like too much. And too much sugar in the marmalade.
Grazie.
The village's job is to pick their favourite dish, and we'll find out which one that is pretty shortly. Ours, of course, is to find the one that's been least successful. And I think we know which one that's going to be.
Congratulations to all the chefs. They worked really hard. Which one is better? I don't know.
Thank you very much for coming along and eating our food. Here are the people that cook for you for lunch. Grazie mille. Brava, brava.
Grazie mille di aver mangiato da noi. And thank you for voting.
Well, weather's changed, hasn't it? Good job we got that feast out of the way, that's for sure. Welcome back to the Cheesemakers. Had a fabulous time making Parmigiano Reggiano. We want the secrets after this. Promise?
Promise.
I reckon that was one of the most spectacular challenges we've done. Whole village, they were happy. So well done, guys. 4 of you have cooked your way to safety, but for one of you, Montecatello will be your last stop. You won't be returning to the MasterChef kitchen.
The people of Montecatello have voted for their favourite dish. And the maker of that dish will be safe. We're going back to the MasterChef kitchen. Montecatello's favourite course was Antipasti.
Are you serious? What the heck? I'm feeling so overwhelmed with love for Montecatello. Seriously, people, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You appealed to their palate. They loved your antipasti. They thought it was absolutely delicious. You now can move from there to here.
I'm so in
Oh,
shock.
well,
Well, it comes down to the 4 of you. Ben, you cooked that Pici. Big risk. You picked it.
Yep.
It was your choice. It certainly generated a lot of conversation on the tables either side of us. And I think they were arguing about the fact that it was a little bit too thick, that it maybe wasn't a classic sauce. What do you do? Andy, you did the bacala. Those little crispy fried salt cod fritters with that tomato sauce. It was good cooking. But again, we heard too much potato, not enough salt cod, why the lemon? What we can tell you, from our perspective, they were 2 great dishes. So you 2 are safe.
Thanks for your help.
So it comes down to the 2 of you. For one of you, this will have been the last time. Deb, Julia, for one of you, this will have been the last time you cook in this competition. Julia,
Gary?
you live to fight another day. Julia, it's not just because we got a sweet tooth. You corrected yourself, you changed your dish, you realised it wasn't going to work, and what you actually put on the plate was delicious. It wasn't perfect, but it tasted wonderful. Deb, if you'd nailed the pork, if you'd served it hot, which you didn't, and served it with one thing, maybe just that roasted fennel, you would have absolutely nailed it. And people would have loved it. But you gave too many reasons to criticise the dish. We didn't want to lose you. You're a wonderful cook, and we think that you'll go on to be super successful.
It's absolutely the right decision. I knew as soon as I started with the pig that it definitely was not going to be my day.
I think back at that syrup cake with lime in it, and that's just like jam 10 in my mouth, and I'll jam another 10. They're just delicious.
There was a chicken dish with roasted tomatoes, lemon, pepper.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Yum.
I just want to thank you for coming on this show and cooking really wonderful food over and over again. OK? Really good.
Let's not forget here in Italy with Massimo Bottura and that lovely sort of meat patty with figs inside. It was creative, but again, delicious. If you cook like that, everyone will get on their knees and bow, because it's an art and it's honesty, and that's really all we can ask for.
OK, one last thing. George and I need a hug.
Thank you, guys. I knew it.
Don't, I'm going to cry.
It's all right, I'll try. Right, do yourselves a favour. Aprons off, a little surprise for you. Gather together. I don't think we've ever done this before, but tomorrow's masterclass. And because it's our Italian journey, we're going to finish it together.
That's good. So good.
And believe me, we've got a very, very special place lined up, and we can't wait.
Oh, yeah. Ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao.
Next time on MasterChef Australia.
Welcome to Antica Corte Pallavicino.
We celebrate the end of an amazing week with a masterclass at the home of some of Italy's greatest produce.
It's an incredibly fertile, self-contained, self-sustaining food heaven.
Learn some traditional Italian methods from a true master.
Bravo.
Special guest Neil Perry stops by to cook the ultimate vegetable lasagna.
Vegetarian or not, you're going to love it because it's delicious.
And George takes the mystery out of making risotto.
Viva Italy, and here's to MasterChef!
Then, further ahead...
We've taken you around the world and back. Now I want to see how far your cooking has come.
The amateur cooks hit the ground running to answer the age-old question, what's in the fridge?
Oh no!
I'm doomed.
And for these 9, the game is about to change.
Now your feet are planted firmly back in the MasterChef kitchen. I'm going to drop a bombshell.
Oh, what?